Hello viewers, welcome to K Diagnostics. Dio here. Today we have a 2018 Dodge Ram. This vehicle is here in the shop because the left side low beam is out. So we're gonna remove the headlight so we can replace the low beam bulb. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start the truck so you can see this light that's out, and then I will show you how you can remove this headlight so you can replace the low beam bulb. So Alright, so right there, as you can see, the right side low beam is working, but the left side low beam is out. So we're gonna remove this headlight so we can replace the low beam bulb. I will go back inside the truck, turn the engine off, and then I'll show you how to remove this headlight. Alright, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna remove this plastic cover. So we're gonna undo these plastic rivets over here. So we're gonna pry this out. Alright guys, so we held this plastic piece out of the way. So now the next step is gonna be removing this 10mm bolt. This bolt holds the headlight bracket on the core support. There's another bolt down over here. I hope you can see that right there. So that 10mm bolt down there also holds the headlight on the core support. So we're also going to remove that 10mm bolt. So after we remove these two 10mm bolts, so the one over here and the one down there, we're going to go to the back of the headlight through the wheel well to remove a plastic clip that holds the back of the headlight. So now let's remove these two 10mm bolts. Alright, so we got this first one removed. So now we're gonna use this long extension to get access to the other 10mm bolt down there. Alright, so this bolt up here is completely loose. So now we're gonna go to the back of the headlight through the wheel well. So we're gonna come over here and remove this plastic clip. So we're gonna flip this. So right in there, I hope you can see that little white plastic tab. So that plastic tab has to be pushed up so that the back of the headlight can be released. So I'm going to get my hand in there. I hope you can see what I'm about to do. Alright, so now I'm gonna push this up. So right there. So I pushed that plastic piece up. So now the headlight can come out. So now let's go to the front of the vehicle so we can pry the headlight out. Alright, so now the headlight can come out. We're gonna pry the headlight from the back. Right there. So the headlight can now come out. So now the next step will be disconnecting the electrical connector of the headlight. So right there. So now let's take this headlight assembly to the bench so we can replace the low beam bulb. So now we're gonna remove this dust cover so we can get access to the bulbs. So we're gonna remove these 8mm bolts. Alright, so we're gonna remove this dust cover. So here is the low beam bulb. So we're gonna disconnect it first. We're gonna pry this tab out. Okay. And then we're gonna twist the bulb counterclockwise. So here it is. Do you see how burnt this bulb looks? Okay. So this is bad. We definitely have to replace this. So I'm gonna bring in the new bulb so we can replace this one. So I did get this bulb from the dealer. Here's the part number. So we're gonna get this bulb out of the box. Now you have to make sure that you don't touch the bulb part of the light bulb, okay? Just touch the plastic, the back of the bulb, not the front of it. Okay, so we can compare it to each other. They both look the same. So now we're gonna install this bulb. So we're gonna install it, make sure the bulb is lined up, and then we're gonna turn it clockwise. So right there, the new bulb is installed. So we're gonna reconnect the electrical connector. So right there, we have installed the low beam bulb. So at this point, we're gonna put everything back together. Putting everything back together is the reverse process of the removal process. So now the next step is gonna be reinstalling the dust cover. Alright, so the dust cap is installed. So now let's go back to the vehicle so we can reinstall the headlight. Alright, so right now we're gonna reconnect the headlight. So I'm gonna reconnect the electrical connector of the headlight. So right there. So we're gonna put this holder on. So the headlight is reconnected. So now let's reinstall it. So this is gonna go first. So we gotta make sure everything is lined up, and then we're gonna push the back inward. So you'll hear a little pop. Hopefully you can hear it. So right there. So it's popped in. Alright, so the back of the headlight is sitting. So now we're gonna line up the holes over here for the headlights bracket so we can get these two 10mm bolts started. Alright, so I got both 10mm bolts started, so now I'm gonna tighten them. Alright, so we got these two bolts tightened. Now we're gonna lock the white lock in the back of the headlight. So let's do this. So we're gonna pull it down. So right there, it's locked. Perfect. Alright, so that's good. So now we're gonna try the light to see if it works. So let's turn on the low beam. So right there, as you can see, this left side headlight is now working. So the problem was just a burnt bulb. Good. Alright guys, so as you can see, both headlights are now working. So the issue was a burnt bulb on this headlight, and this is how you remove and replace a headlight on this 2018 Dodge Ram. So I hope you like this video. If you do like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't, give it a thumb down. But if you do, you gotta tell me why so we can make better videos in the future. If this is your first time here, subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell so you can get notified every time I upload a new video. Thanks for watching guys. See you next time.